Hi class, let me just make a video for the first part of this empirical study of the paper written by Chang and Wang in year 2009 in Journal of Corporate Finance. If you go to, this is just the first part. I'll continue making another video for the second part of this project. This is a big project, so it takes a lot of work, even though the code has been posted. I know it takes a while to understand what each command means in this assignment. Okay, if you go to the class website, I've updated the class website. So I add a new PowerPoint written by the author of the person who wrote this empirical study, who wrote the code, who is doing this empirical study, Dr. Lian from Guangdong province. And you can click on the link and download the PowerPoint. It helps you just to go over the materials in the study. Okay, so also the raw data is the same as we did in the class, and the code, now I post this version, and this version works for me, and you can give it a try. And there are some bugs in it, and but now it seems like everything is fine. I'll show you the code in a short while. And also the final results, also the final data set in Stata, and we can use it to merge with the financial data later in the second part of the empirical study. And table 1, we can get the results directly based on the code, but we can get all the results, and then we can create the table based on the results calculated using the code. Okay, also table 2 from the left part and the table 2 in the right part, they're all here. Okay, so the focus of this video is just to go through the code, and we did it in class. I know some of you got the results, but some you still have some problems maybe, and let me just give you some help maybe. And if you still, after watching this video, if you still have any problems, let me know. Okay, let's start from the beginning. If you open this do file, you can download the do file from the website. So this version is working. So, and then you can open it in Stata. Okay, so you see, so anything in green color, we can just pass it, because this is just notes or explanations. It's not the actual code. Okay, so the 2 slashes and anything after the two slashes will be the explanations for the code. So it's not the actual part of it's not actual code that we can use. Okay, so anyhow, so let's take a look. The first one is CD. CD is just to create the directory, so it will just show where you stored your data. So so what I did here, this is my directory for Stata 15, and to make it easier, so I just installed everything with the Stata program. So the CD, the directory I defined is just the directory for Stata 15, but you don't have to do that. But anyhow, this is easier. And then the set memory for Stata 15 is not necessary. For Stata, all the data will be stored in the memory. So you need to make it large enough so it will process your data. If you don't define it in the earlier versions, and you may run into the problem out of memory, so you have to define it, make it large. Okay, and then after I define the directory, and then I kept my data in the same directory for Stata 15, so I can just use this code, turn and this data, and then clear to open this file. Okay, so now let's give it a try. And this is a button, so to run this code here. And then so you see the results. So it's opened. Now, well, another way to do that is you can just go to the file. For example, I can just clear all. So now there's nothing in the memory, but I can open it because I saved everything under data 15's here. So this is the one. So this is the one. So you can either do this way, go to file and open. You can either open the do file, or you can open the data just from data under the file here. Okay, so this is this one. Once we open it, and we can take a look of the data. Okay, so over here, so you can see this button tells you the variables and the label, the type of the variable, and its format. And for this one, we can browse the data. We can browse the data. So you see, the first one is ID. This is announcement name. This is so everything is here. But however, we may have problem because it seems like the person who wrote this, who created this table, should communicate with the readers about like each column, each observations is for what, right? So we should define it. So the next part is just to define each variables, to give them a label here. So we can rename this to make it ID, so it's easier to understand, and give a label for each variable. This is the code to do that. Okay, so after we run this one, we should see the changes. See the here over here. So you see. So now each variable has a name now. So announce ANNODT now it's labeled as announcement date. So we have a better understanding now. The label has changed, so we know each variable means what after this command here. Okay, so this is this part. And also CHGDT, there's a typo here. It should be CHGDP. Let's take a look of CHGDP. Okay, from the so you see, so it's year, month, and date, but we want observations per year, per company. So we want to pull out the year from the CHGDT string here. So what we do, this is a command to do that. So use real to make it a real number, and use substring substr. Use this command starting from the first character for 4 characters, so that will give us the year. And because we see the format of the year is like year, month, and date, this is the format of the data, so we can use that to get the year. And we can do that and give it a try. And let's see. So it's ordered by ID and year. We can browse and take a look, but only look at ID and year. And yeah, that's it. Let's take a look. So you see, so we're getting the year only out of the announcement date. Okay, so this is this part. Now also there are observations for missing observations. DIM, this one is resigned reason. So if there's no resigned reason given in the database, so give a value for this, make it 99. So once we see this number 99, we know it's missing, instead of just a dot for missing. So we can just, when we see 99, we know it's missing. So this is just the part to start. So we labeled the variable and get the year, and also we also take care of the missing observations for resign reasons. Okay, so next one. The next part, we still like all the observations. If we see the observations here, it's, you see, so REPTE, it's announcement type. It's 1, 4. Position, it's 1, 2. And change type, it's 1, 2. And education, 4, 2, 3. It's all numbers. So it's confusing. And so we can add the definitions for each for each one, like position A here. The companies in a company is either a chairman or a CEO. So if it's 1, and that means it's chairman, 2 is CEO. So we can use this label define and label value as a set of command to do that. Here, I made the Word file. It just pulled found the information from internet, and then so it's here. So I'll share with you guys, post it online, and you can take a look. And label define, and the first one I had here is label define and label value. So using this command, now let's take a look. So for this variable, it's not showing 1 or 2 anymore. It's showing chairman or CEO. So anybody read this table, so you got the clear picture of the information. Okay, so for position, change, turnover type, education background, reasons for turnover, and all these, let's give it a try. Okay, so it should be fine. Yeah, there's no problem. Now we look at the data. Now you see, for example, the position of this is chairman, and the next is also chairman, resign. And he's a successor, and resign, successor, resign. So you see education, graduate, college, PhD. See, so it's not one number anymore. Now it has the actual description for each. So this is this one. Also, you see here, be careful when the line is too long, when it's crossed over this line, and that's going to be the problem. So you want to make the command line short. To do so, you can use this 3/. So instead of making a long one, which is a problem, we can just start the line from another line and add 3/. But you have to keep at least one space between the command and this slash. Okay. So here it is. Okay, so this is oh, I forgot slash. Okay, so now we have defined for the variables. Okay, this is another one. Gen is just to generate the variable, and the delimit and also delimit CR. This is also when the command is so long, so you can use this. You can use this way instead of using slashes. We can also do this way. Instead of using delimit, we can just add the slash one by one, but you have to keep one space at least between. And we can either do this way, but it doesn't look so nice. So we can add this delimit. So it will consider the whole body here would be considered as one command. So so delimit and delimit CR will be considered as the procedure, taking as a procedure here. So this is just convenient. So now it's just creating another another set of definitions for resign reason. Even though we had defined one and defined reason already, but we can keep another one, just can have another set to define this set, which is followed the paper. And if you look at this table 2 here, so these definitions just copied it from table 2. So we have 12 reasons for turnover, stated reasons for CEO turnover. So it's just the same like here. Okay, so this is this part. After we are all done here, so we can use the label book. I didn't do this part. I did that. Okay. Okay, so you can see this is a new one, new variables, and it's similar to this. Oh no. Yeah, it's similar to that one. Anyhow, so now we're getting closer to create the table that we can continue working on. You can use this label book. Let's see all the details we have done. So you see for each variable and for each variable the details for each one. You see its definition, so you can take a look of this. Okay, so now we're almost, we can start working with the data. We can start working with the data. Okay, compress is useful. Compress, not much actually was done using compress. Let's see. Okay, anyhow, because all the data is saved in memory, so if you use compress, you can save some space on the memory. So that's you have a real big data that will be very helpful. So we can always start with the data using this command, because this is replication of the study, and the study period is from 2000 and to 2007. So we want to keep the sample between 2000 and 2007. Okay, also the next one, because there are multiple, it could be multiple turnovers in a year in a company. So we can create a tag for any duplicate for that. In the Word file here to explain these, I had duplicate command here. Also, also here, and let's see. Yeah, duplicate tag is you watch out for unique combinations of the variables in your variable list, and then tags with the numbers of other observations sharing these unique combinations. So we just give a tag for any duplicate results. Okay, so this is and we generate one variables to count these duplicates. So we can give it a try here. Okay, so we can also check the results using, we can browse ID, year, and any variables with a name in it. Okay, so we can check universal ones with a name, and let's see the results. Yeah, okay. So this is a new one, and that was generated. Let's say it's check duplicated one and give a tag for that one. So the 779, it duplicated once with one duplication, and this one, it has 3 duplication. Yeah. Anyhow, you can use this one to check that one. So and this is take the notes of the name appeared the first time. So we only keep CEO left samples, and then so we only keep change type equals to 1. Change type equals to 2. I think it's that's chairman left. Is that right? CHG YTP. Oh, we only keep 1. CHYGDP. Turnover type. CH1. Anyhow, if you do this, CH1 GDP. Anyhow, change the type. But we only want the CO turned over, so we can just define it to be, here, turnover type. So if it's 1, it means CO resigned. If it's 2, and that means that's a CO as a successor. So we only study CO turnover here. So we only need keep type, change type equals to 1. So now we have 4,982 observations. Okay. So this is the first part of this. This is the first video. I'll continue making another one. I just don't want to make the video so long. So from 1.3 in this code, and you can get some help from the second video. Thanks for watching.